All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Sunday watch list. Should be a very interesting week as we do have a lot of big companies reporting earnings. For me personally, it's risk off before these companies report. After they report, if they present an opportunity, for example, like Tesla did last week, there are post-earning setups that, have potential to be traded the following day after earnings. If you're trying to guess the move of earnings, it could be a bit of a gamble. So personally, I stay away from that. And then also this week, because so many companies are reporting earnings, the market could be all over the place, right? The market could be up one day, Tuesday if AMD does good, if AMD and Google do good, let's say, the market could be up one day. And let's say Microsoft does bad Wednesday, then the market could be down Wednesday. And let's say Amazon is good and Apple is bad, or the market could be all over the place this week. So it's this week and next week I am taking it a little bit lighter because next week is election day on November 5th. If I'm not mistaken, it should be November 5th, election day. And then this week's just stacked with earnings. But I think this week can provide a lot of great opportunity if we see those post earnings setups, for example, like we did on Tesla. So going into this week, right? Starting off on Monday, we have Ford when the market closes. Tuesday, we have PayPal, McDonald's before Pfizer and Crocs. Those are the ones before the market opens. When the market closes, we have AMD, Google, Snapchat, Chipotle, Visa. Those are some of the main ones on Tuesday. So big day Tuesday. Wednesday, we have Microsoft, Meta, we have Cat, Lilly, Robinhood, Coinbase. That's a lot. Starbucks, Wingstop, Riot, ADP. Those are, even Etsy as well. We have a lot of names on Wednesday. So I want to see how the market's going to react. If any of these companies can provide a great post earning setup, is going to be we should have some opportunity. Before open Thursday, we have Uber, it's pretty big, Peloton, MasterCard. We also have Roblox and the big two, Amazon and Apple on Thursday. That's gonna really like give us like that last initial like big hints as far as like the market settling down after earnings. Friday we have Fubo, Chevron, and Exxon Mobil and Wayfair. Those are the top. Really like Chevron and Exxon Mobil. I'll be looking at those more than these other ones. But yeah, it's gonna be earnings for the week. As far as economic data goes, we don't have nothing much Monday. We have consumer confidence on Tuesday, GDP on Wednesday. That's going to be the big one. And then PCE on Thursday before the market opens, and ISM and construction spending on Friday. So that's 7 a.m. news. The unemployment report as well Friday. So nothing major other than the GDP report Wednesday. So that can, give make an impact on the market. But as far as economic data, earnings, that's what you should be aware of for this upcoming week. Now, going straight into the charts, I like QQ a little bit more than I'm liking SPY, just based off of the levels that we have. Key levels on Qs that I'm going to be watching is going to be this supply here at 490, 498, 499 area, and even that 500 point. If we get above 500, I think that is where the market will give us a move higher if we get a move above 500. That's a big if. But if we do, then yeah, it has nothing but room to 505. As of right now, we just recently failed that supply and we rejected. Like I said, technicals can get thrown out of the picture this week. From a technical analysis perspective, us rejecting that 500 is not a great sign. So but like I said, with the earnings coming up, a company could report good and then Qs will be at 500 the next day. Like that can happen. And in between this big range, I want to be a little bit risk off. So the big key points is going to be that supply up here. And the main key point down here is going to be like this 490 for me, which is a big demand from back here, resistance here, support here, and a recent support here. If we could take out this 490, I could see us going down to like 488 and 485. So below 485 is what really opens the door down into 480 and 478. Below 485, that's what really opens the door down. And that would be a break of this trend line as well. So that is going to be my watch on cues. Really just very patient waiting for these supply zones as things can change throughout the week. The game plan will also change throughout the week. So make sure to stay updated in the broadcast channel if you want to stay updated with, daily watch lists. But here we have SPY, big supply at these all-time highs, failing to get above, keep failing to get above. From a technical analysis perspective, like I said, that is bearish, but technicals can get thrown out of the picture this week. If SPY comes down to this 575 again, this is going to be my main watch this week for either a bounce or a break and retest below. Should open up room down to 573 and 571. So that level there is my main level to watch for SPY. Mid-range level is going to be 580. It's kind of like a pivot. If we get above that, I could see us pushing back to like 585 if we hold above like 582, really like 580, 582 area. Then that can push us back to the recent highs. Anything below or a bounce at this 575, breaking retest below, room to 571, 570. Anything below 570, that's what really opens the door down to these points down here. So very, very interesting week. It can be volatile if depending on what these companies report. So that's gonna be spying cues. Very, I'm just trying to keep it as simple as possible. Some of these big, the top companies are reporting earnings this week, like Apple, Amazon, Meta, Google. So sometimes they can be a little bit slow. Some of them will have pre-earnings rallies or sell-offs, but sometimes, for the most part, some of them can just consolidate before they report earnings. And I don't know if that would be like the highest probability for me. I like Apple here as it's rejecting this 233 area of supply, 233 to 33.5. Currently below that, so as long as Apple stays below that in a way that is bearish, if we get below 230, it's going to push us back to 227. For the upside on Apple, I will watch above that 233.5, and that will push us back into like this 237. So that is my main watch on Apple. My favorite setup, though, is going to have to be Tesla. We already reported earnings, and we're still showing relative strength on this name. So Tesla above, or actually, Tesla bounce at 262 to 265, 264.5, 264.5, 262. It was a big area of supply here, and now we are above it. So I want to see if the retest holds that area still for another uh dip buy opportunity down here. And our next target would be 270. If Tesla just continues to show strength off the open, a break and retest of 270 also looks amazing. 270, 270.8 break and retest. That looks like we have nothing but room to 275, 278. And you can see last time we broke that, we flew to 278. So that is a big level to watch for me on Tesla this week. I think it's going to be my favorite top watch, on top of a lot of these other names, especially since these other names are reporting earnings. Tesla already did its thing and is still showing strength, relative strength compared to the rest. That's going to be my main setup for Tesla. I did see another one, I believe was PLTR, if I'm not mistaken. PLTR was also showing relative strength. I do like this name as another individual. Um, I will be watching a break and hold above the all-time high. If I go to the weekly, you'll see that this 45 level was the all-time high. If we can get a clean break and hold above this, I say we keep pushing higher on PLTR. This weekly chart looks really bullish. Going to the daily chart, we just broke out of like this flag, and an area where if we do pull back and retest that I want to see hold is going to be like this 44, really like 44.4, which is this recent high. If it turns to support and holds, I can see that holding and pushing higher. So this is a name that I really, really do like. I believe another name is going to be McDonald's. But it does have earnings Tuesday, so I'll probably end up staying away from this name just overall on the higher time frames. We did get a really bearish setup. This is an evening star on this chart, and my main level to watch is going to be like this 290. If we get below 290, I could see McDonald's pushing to 287 and 284. That is really aggressive sell-off on the weekly as well. For reject level though, this is a reject level that I really like. If we get a pullback to 300, 298, 300, this is a big supply from back here. So I really, really like that supply for a pullback. Um, if we get that before the earnings move, that would be great. Right? That would be a quick trade. I wouldn't want to swing into earnings, but yeah, we got a massive sell-off. So that's gonna be the supply I'm watching on McDonald's. It has volatility behind it. And unfortunately the earnings is the very following day. But technicals, I'm always following technicals over fundamentals. Other than that, like I'm not gonna do major technical analysis on Apple, Amazon, Microsoft because they report earnings this week and it can change. NVIDIA doesn't report until later on. But AMD earnings will probably impact NVIDIA as well. Whether AMD does good, the semiconductor ETF will rise up, and it'll bring some of the other semiconductors up as well. So for NVIDIA, we are at this massive trend line. I do like this setup here actually. One touch, two, three, four, five. Here we are at our sixth touch of this trend line. It is also the previous all-time high from back here. And I want to see what's going to happen at this level here. Um, if we hold it, I could see us pushing back to the new all-time high, which is 144.4. And above 144.4, then we keep pushing higher on NVIDIA. But if we fail to hold this recent area and we get below this trend line, that is where NVIDIA can get weak back into 138, 137, and like 135. And that will like start the reversal to the downside on NVIDIA. Should be a very, very interesting week. Things can change throughout the week, but we'll be ready for it. If you're in the broadcast channel, you'll be ready for the updates and we'll be good to go. But other than that, guys, keeping it short, simple. Main setup's gonna be Tesla. Those are my SPY and Q levels. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great trading week. Trade safe. And yeah, stay updated in the broadcast channel. Peace out, guys.